morning everybody, and welcome to a brand new video on my brand new channel. I'm out and about. It's a lovely day for a walk. The sun is shining. It is blue sky all around me. But where are we today? Well, a lot of you probably already know that John O'Groats is the most northerly place in the whole of the UK, and of course Land's End is the most westerly. But how many of you actually know where the most easterly point in the UK is? Well, we're going to have a little look and find out. So join me as we go on a lovely walk along the seafront here at Lowestoft and towards Lowestoft Ness. So like I say, I'm out here on the coast in Lowestoft, heading towards Lowestoft Ness, the most easterly point in the UK. And Lowestoft is out on the Suffolk coast. Beautiful day here today, as I say. Lovely just listening to the sound of the waves crashing against the sea walls. Thank you so much for clicking on my video here today. Hoping to put a bit of content on over the next coming months and see where we go. And yeah, you might be someone who likes to go for a walk, getting out and about, and you enjoy this kind of content. Or perhaps you might be someone who wants to get out and about more, and perhaps these videos might inspire you to do so. Or for whatever reason, perhaps you're not able to get out as much as you'd like to, or even at all. So I hope this content will make you feel like you're joining me out and about on a walk, and perhaps this might help put a smile on your face in this glorious sunshine here today. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way, as I say, down from the North Deans area where I am now. We're going to stop off at a little park that they built to just sort of commemorate Lowestoft Ness being the most easterly point. And there's also some leftovers of the fishing industry that Lowestoft is famous for. And we're going to keep walking down along the front here, and we're going to see what was the largest wind turbine in the country at the time it was built. You can just see it in the distance there. And of course we're also going to stop off at the actual Ness point, the most easterly point in the UK. So let's carry on and walk down here as we can see that glorious sunshine just sparkling off the North Sea over to my left hand side. Not a cloud in the sky here today. Absolutely fantastic. So I've been walking a couple of minutes now along the seawall here, and you can see out in the water there actually some of the remnants of the older seawall. Erosion has got the better of it, unfortunately, on the east coast here. But of course the seabirds do like to sit out on some of the old seawall defences there, and some of the groins. You can see some cormorants and some gulls out there. Some lovely caravans over here on the right hand side. But it must be beautiful waking up in the morning with a lovely cup of coffee, and of course being on the east coast here we see the first sunrise in the whole of the UK. So we're walking a little bit further down here. As you can see Gulliver, the wind turbine in the background there. Let's just stop for a second and have a look at these waves crashing down below us. Sometimes it can get quite rough down here if the wind is blowing hard, and sometimes the waves crash right up and over the top of the sea walls. Can be a little bit dangerous to get too close, so I certainly wouldn't recommend getting down here when it's too windy. we like everybody to stay nice and safe. There's a ship just out, sat out in the sunshine there. Not quite sure what that ship is. He's just moored there for a little while, perhaps just waiting to get back towards the Lowestoft harbour. Yeah, very nice indeed. I just look over to my right here as well, just way up in the distance. If I just zoom in, you can probably just make out Lowestoft Lighthouse up there. One of two lighthouses. The original lighthouse, which was down nearer the water here, doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately, so that's the only surviving lighthouse now here at Lowestoft, the upper lighthouse, and still throws out an incredible beam of light, warning the ships not to come in too close. So let's carry on and walk down here as we make our way down towards our first stop-off point. So we've come into this lovely park area now, as you can see. It's just built not long back now, not been open very long. As you can see, all the equipment is very new. Fantastic play area and a place where you can bring the family down, have a nice picnic and enjoy being at the most easterly point. Great view there with the lighthouse in the background there, as you can see. And it's quite a rather strange sort of stage in front of me here. It looks as if perhaps bands could play some music on there. Perhaps there's a couple of blocks there where people can sit, so perhaps it's somewhere where music is being performed. Great just looking through there, isn't it, with the lighthouse in the distance. And we're going to move on in now, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some equipment over here which has been left over from when Lowestoft used to be a really big fishing port many years ago. So I just stopped to this information board because there were some great photographs on here of back in the day when, as I say, Lowestoft was a really bustling fishing port, and you can see all the workers there gutting and packing herrings ready to export from Lowestoft. God, but there was quite a smell of fish all the time. Bet it got everywhere up your nose. But yeah, as I say, it was a really, really busy time back in the day. These pictures are sort of dated back from the 1912, 1920s, 1930s. Yeah, fantastic. So I've just come in a little bit now from the Dean's area. As you can see, I moved a little bit closer to the lighthouse here, and this is a kind of a fishing community that was known as the Beach Village. Lots of houses that were built along here in around the 1790s, and they were known as fish houses. They were just kind of 2 up, 2 down, 4-roomed properties. And sometimes there'd be sort of 12, 13, 14 people all living in the same house. And around 1971, 1806 times, there was around 76 brick and flint houses around here. And yeah, really, really good Lots of properties there for the fishermen to live in. By around 1900, the beach village had a population of around 2,500. There were 13 public houses and several working buildings. But by the 1950s, the beach village was almost derelict. The inhabitants moved up into the town. And when they cleared the area in the 1960s, left over were a few of these drying racks, these net drying racks, looking like wooden goalposts standing here at Lowestoft Ness, or at the North Deans. And there's rows and rows of these old drying racks here. Of course, back in the day there could have been around 800 ships, trawlers, drifters being used by the fishermen, and some of these could carry almost 2 miles of net. So of course, at the end of a very busy season, they don't want them all to rot when they put them away, and they would rot if they put them away wet. But of course, hanging them out on here means that they can all dry, and then they can be put away dry, ready for the next season. Fantastic, isn't it, that these are still standing here now, here today. And I bet this whole area was busy with people throwing their nets over. What a sight to see all those nets laying over the tops of these drying racks. Like I say, just a reminder of the bustling fishing industry here at Lowestoft Ness. So just making our way now back from the drying racks, and you can see over there, that's the bird's eye factory, making all your fish fingers and what have you. Great prime location on the front here, and we're going to head up this way now, and then up the ramp and back onto the top promenade, and we're going to make our way down, heading towards Lowestoft Ness and of course the Gulliver wind turbine. I've just stopped off of this map actually, and gives you a good idea of where we are. So as you can see, we're up here and making our way down that promenade and the seawall to the Ness Point, the most easterly point, and of course you've got Gulliver's wind turbine, or the wind turbine called Gulliver there. Fantastic. Getting close now to the most easterly point, and you can see all the great big boulders that they've deposited down here to help with the sea defences. The sea can be a powerful thing and it can erode things very, very quickly over periods of years, and Lowestoft is no exception to that. So all these boulders are here to help keep the sea at bay. You can see Gulliver there now, the wind turbine, and I'll tell you a little bit about Gulliver when we get a bit closer. And you have to be very careful you don't get soaking wet, and it can be very, very slippery down here as well, as those signs said, so do be careful if you do come down to Lowestoft Ness. But what a stunning view. Gorgeous day here today. Very few people about, which is great. And Lowestoft Ness is just ahead of me. And as the sun blazes down on us here at Ness Point in Lowestoft, let's just have a little look at Gulliver, the wind turbine going round and round in the wind. Quite windy today at Ness Point. And we can get a really good view of that. Built by a local company, SLP, in Lowestoft, and construction began around December 2004, and Gulliver began generating electricity in around January 2005. I'll just give you some of the dimensions here. From the actual turbine base to the blade tip, it's 126 metres. Like I say, at the time it was built, it was the highest turbine in the UK, but that's now with a turbine in Scotland, which is 200 metres tall. Some other dimensions there, from the base to the rotor hub in the middle there, that's 80 metres, and so you can see there's 3 blades, each weighing 10 tonnes each, and they're 44.8 metres in length. Gulliver generates enough electricity to supply around about 1,500 houses, which is incredible, isn't it? Probably wondering how Gulliver got its name. Well, obviously it must have been named after the Gulliver's Travels books, but it was named actually from a poll. Some of the locals had a vote on what Gulliver was going to be called, and yeah, Gulliver I think is a very, very good name, isn't it? Beautiful. So then, here we are at last at Britain's most easterly point, Lowestoft, or Lowestoft Ness as it's known. And I'll just scan up there now, and you can see, looking directly out, due east, and there's no one else around here, so I can honestly say at this moment in time I am Britain's most easterly person stood here at Lowestoft Ness. So I'll just explain a little bit about what is down here at Lowestoft Ness. We've got all the place names around the outside of this circle here. It looks a little bit like King Arthur's Round Table, really, and it tells you all the different places and where they are. So we've got the Hague, 110 miles that way, and I'll make my way around here. There's Rome, you can see, 886 miles that way. We've got a place called Plaisir that Lowestoft is twinned with in France, and Paris, looking out that way. South of us we've got Lisbon, and of course we've got London. And right at the start I mentioned where the most westerly point was. Of course that's Land's End, and Lizard Point as well actually is the most southerly point of the UK. So we're going to continue round. We've got Dublin, shadow just getting in the way there as I go around this Euroscope. There's John O'Groats, the furthest place north, and we're heading round back to the start again. It's even labelled there as well, as you can see where the summer solstice sunrise is. Like I say, the most easterly point, so of course we get the sun the first in the UK. Brilliant. So yeah, this is the Euroscope at Lowestoft Ness, and I hope you all enjoyed that. So we'll just make up our way up the ramp here now, and we'll finish off this video. Well, thank you very much indeed for joining us here today on my walk down from the North Deans to finishing up here at the Lowestoft Ness point. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to watch any more. Hopefully I'll get some more videos up as soon as I can, and of course please click the like button if you enjoyed the video. As I say, thank you ever so much indeed for joining us. I hope I brightened your day with a lovely sunny walk down here today, and I'll see you all very, very soon.